Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Paul with Sports Card Finds. Again, I apologize. We've been basically doing a video a week at this point because of, some family obligations. But what I wanted to talk about today was a deal I made. We had a video last week about some cards I purchased on Saturday from a fella, and he had the 79s, and basically I'd given him a list of 71s. This guy is a big time collector of 71s, and I want to just start off this video with the pickup I made today. 47 of the 80 or so cards, or 100 or so cards in that vicinity that I needed for my 1971. So I provided him with a list, and we made a trade, and I was able to pick up these cards. And I'm going to show you some of the key cards. This is a Tom Seaver, card 160. These cards are not an extraordinarily high grade, but they fill the need and until I can fill the set with something else. So Tom Seaver there. It's got a little bit of a crease on the side, a little bit banged up corners. Jim Cott. This one would be nice, except there seems to be a little bit of bend down in the bottom corner there. So all of these cards were problem cards to some degree. Ted Williams. It's Ted Williams manager card. Again, this card has some issues, looks like a wax stain there on the bottom, corner issues, etc. And a couple of others I'll show you. Mike Torres, and there was one other one I think that I wanted to show you. Maybe that might be it for the big cards. Now, here's the key. All of those cards predominantly are low number cards. The rest of the cards are high number cards. Again, they're not in terrific shape. They're below average to average, I guess, in some cases, but they're high numbers. And I didn't pay anything for these cards in the traditional sense. I didn't give him any money today. We made a trade. I made basically a 3-for-1 trade on a lot of 1971s I had on my eBay store. This guy is a huge collector of 1971. He has something like 30 or 40 sets that he's building at all times. So that's what we did. I just gave him some ammunition for those sets, and I'm now that much closer to filling my own set. I'll let you know. We'll probably be doing a video on 1971 tops very shortly. But today, in honor of the NBA All-Star Game, we're going to talk about a set that's, really near and dear to my basketball collecting. Let me see if I can angle this in just such a way that we get more of this cards in the picture. So I made a recent purchase on eBay where I picked up 7 graded cards for the 1970 Topps basketball set. So for those of you who are looking for the basketball, here it is. And here are the cards. This is a Happy Hairston and a VG Excellent 4. The checklist, unmarked. So I paid roughly on this eBay purchase. I sent the guy an offer, and he accepted the offer. So I ended up paying, it was a hair under what his original asking price was. I wanted to keep the offer reasonable. And he accepted. So in the end, I think it worked out to like, I got all these graded cards for roughly just under $12, all in. Archie Clark in an excellent 5. This was the best graded card, the highest graded card in the lot was a 5. Let's see here who else we have. Lloyd Peterson, VG excellent 4. This had been in my watch list for a little while. Decided to pull the trigger on it and get it done. So I made him an offer, and like I said, he accepted. Bill Turner, VG excellent 4. These cards all have slight issues on the corners, but nothing crazy. Connie Hawkins in a VG excellent 4. So my philosophy on graded cards has always been, if you can pick up graded cards for under $20, we know what the price of grading is. It's a good deal. And this was the reason I bought the lot. Love the Boston Celtics. Love Boston Celtics history. And here's a John Havlicek All-Star card, 1970-71. So beauty in VG excellent 4. And this, I mean, that's just the coolest. Look at those sneakers. Wow. So a really nice, I thought a nice pickup for roughly $11 to $12 a slab for vintage. And that gets added to some other cards that I already had that were graded. This one here, Keith Erickson in a near mint 7. So obviously much higher grade on this one. And then Elvin Hayes in a VG excellent 4.5. Elvin Hayes. So those are the graded cards I have from that set. And then I picked up a lot, probably like a year and a half ago, where I picked up just a huge number of the cards from the set. And I'm going to roll through these fairly quickly, but just to give you an idea of where we're at. So I'm just going to plop these down. We got Greg Smith, Fred Crawford, Eddie Miles. You see the condition of these cards. I got these in a lot with these top loaders and for each card, and it was just a great deal. Bill Turner. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but these have been in a shoebox for a little while in these top loaders, so I know where they are when I need to add anything to it. Dave Gamby, an ungraded Lloyd Peterson, Don May from Buffalo. Big one here, Willis Reed, center for the New York Knicks. Art Harris, guard, Phoenix. Jim Barnett. I mean, I just love the look of these cards. They're just incredible, right? These tall boy cards are amazing. Nate Bowman, Buffalo, center. Adrian Smith. Ed Manning. Jim King. Shayla Hallman. Dom Tresevant. mean, the condition of these cards is through the roof. I mean, I could technically have these graded, and they'd probably all grade higher than the lot that I just picked up of graded cards. But let's see what else we have here. We've got Terry Dissinger, Norman Van Leer, Jim Fox, Chicago, Tom Meschery, Seattle, Rich Johnson, forward, Boston, Mel Counts, center, Phoenix, Archie Clark, another one of the graded cards I had, Connie Hawkins All-Star card. I love the artwork on the back of these. Hawkins fights for the rebound under the boards. So these are great images on the back. Lou Hudson. Hudson spots the open man. Emmett Bryant. This is a nice one. Rick Edelman, guard from Portland. Barry Clemens. And Bernie Williams. Different Bernie Williams than the one we're used to. I have a few more. Just Tom Borwinkle. I mean, just look at the condition of the cards. They were just off the reservation. Paul Silas. That's a good one. Bill Bridges. Herm Gilliam, guard, Buffalo. Very sharp cards. I mean, to find these in this kind of condition. Now, clearly they're off center. You know what I mean? But as far as corners and surface and all of that good jazz, these are great. Happy Hairston, ungraded. Fred Hetzel. Johnny Green. Erwin Muller. And I'm trying to go fairly quickly because most of these guys are commons. Dick Garrett. Neil Walk. Larry Siegfried. Gary Gregor. Gus Johnson. Gail Goodrich. And Dory Murray, excuse me. And then the last batch, Neil Johnson, Walt Bellamy. So this is a nice one. McCoy McLemore. Another good one right here. Earl Monroe, guard, Baltimore. Guy Rogers. Jim Walker, guard, Detroit. Mike Royden, New York. Another Celtic. Henry Finkel, center for the Boston Celtics. Joe Ellis, forward, San Francisco. Mike Davis, Buffalo. Excuse me. I'm trying to create a mess here. But I still have decent reflexes. Lou Hudson. Leroy Ellis. Jerry Lucas. Another nice one. Don Chaney. It's a beauty. Ray Scott. Kevin Lawfrey. Fred Foster. Walt Wesley. Bill Hewitt. Probably somewhere near around 40 to 50% of the set, but it's in such nice condition that I was glad to buy these up in such a nice condition. Connie Durkin, Steve Kaburski, another Boston Celtic, and then some of the better cards, not all of them, but some of them. Bob Weiss, guard. Jim Washington. Ron Williams. Otto Moore, center, Detroit. In an era where centers played a huge role, where three-point shooting wasn't the entire game, George Wilson. John Trapp. And then probably the two biggest cards I have of this set, with the exception of, the Elvin Hayes, I guess. The Pat Riley, which also came in that lot, a rookie card. And Lou Alcindor, Wes Unseld, and Elvin Hayes, rebound leaders. Again, when rebounding was everything. So you see there, Bill Bridges, we have Willis Reed, Jerry Lucas. A lot of these guys are included in this partial set that I have. So it's a real nice set. I love it very much. It's one of those sets that, who knows when I'll complete it, but I will complete it. And I continue to pick stuff up like that. So anytime I have an opportunity to buy cards for that set, I'm going to do it to try to build this set up. Do it in lots the way I always have. And slowly but surely you pick up some stars in those lots, and you end up with a really nice condition set eventually. That's the goal anyway. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you all enjoy All-Star Weekend. The game has changed a lot. There's no doubt about that. But I think to offer up a little bit of a commentary on basketball right now, I would argue that the greatest era of basketball was the 1980s and into the early 1990s, when you had guys like Jordan and all of those characters, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Scottie Pippen, etc. There was so much talent in the league. Akeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, Karl Malone. And the league was literally littered with great players up and down the lineups, Clyde Drexler, etc. Well, I would argue that the league, for the first time in a long time, is again littered with many great, great players. Giannis, Luka, Trae Young, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, who is the Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan, in the way that he is to Jason Tatum, and on and on and on. I mean, the league is literally littered with great players right now. And great big men, you throw in guys like, his name is escaping me right now for the life of me, but the big guy in Philadelphia, and many others, right? The league has such great talent, and I haven't seen, obviously, Curry and LeBron and all of these other guys. So the league is littered with great talent all up and down. Damian Lillard, um, Lillard, and the whole group. So just unbelievable talent. And I would say that I hope you enjoyed this All-Star weekend. I want to thank all the new subscribers and the old subscribers that have been there with us from the beginning. Thanks so much for your supporting the channel and watching the videos. And I want to thank you more than anything for doing the little things that have helped us out. Like, comment, subscribe, share these videos. It gives us a tremendous boost. I want to thank you again, guys, for watching, and enjoy All-Star Weekend. What's coming up in the next week or two is, like I said, a video on the 1971 Topps. And don't think it has escaped me, a video on the top 10 cards in my basketball PC. And we'll go from there. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I also made a purchase from a viewer of the channel. I will be doing a video on that as well. So I want to thank you guys as always, and happy hunting. Thanks, guys.